Hello YouTube, it's PS3 Gaming Scotland here and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are well and gaming lots. So in today's video I'm back talking about another gaming topic, the series in which I talk about gaming topic in the gaming industry that interests me. Before we get into today's video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and comment down below as I love to read all your comments. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. So in today's video we'll be looking at another gaming topic. This time we are delving deep into the world of cross-gen games. Are they a good thing or are they a bad thing for the gaming industry? Let's find out in today's video. What is a cross-gen game, I hear you ask? Now, I know a lot of people who watch the channel already will know this already. A cross-gen game is basically, in the most basic state, a game that can be played on old generation of console and a new generation of console. So for this example, or in this video, we'll be looking at PS4 games can be played on the PS5. So for example, there are loads of examples to choose from, so just a few off the top of my head. But Sackboy: A Big Adventure can be played on PS4 and 5. Horizon Forbidden West, which is said to be coming out for PS4 and 5. We have Spider-Man Miles Morales, Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, to name just a few. So let's get into the pros of cross-gen games. So firstly, it makes business sense for a company that wants to make a lot of money to release a game on the old generation console and the newer generation of console, because at the end of the day, majority of people talking about the PS5 have not had a chance to play the PS5 yet, so all their friends and themselves will still be on the old generation of hardware, which is the PS4 for this video and this example. So that makes sense for a company that wants to make loads of money to release a game on a console where they know the majority of their fan base are for their game. Secondly, it also gives the chance for people who haven't yet upgraded for whatever reason. There are a lot of reasons why somebody wouldn't want to upgrade to the newer gen console at launch, so it gives them a chance to play the game that everybody else is playing with all the bells and whistles on PS5 on their current console of choice, and also either by themselves or if the game has multiplayer with friends, which is great, which is really good. So they are the two major pros that I can think about cross-gen games. Now for the sake of balance and fairness, the major con or bad thing that I can think about cross-gen games is that if a company is releasing a game on the PS4 or the PS5, one of those games, or maybe both, might be affected by that. Now what do I mean by that? Well, if you are a company and you're releasing a game on the current gen console, i.e. the PS5, that game won't be able to utilise all of the PS5 features at launch or at all if you're focusing more on the older gen console like the PS4 or the older gen hardware that was released in 2013, because there has to be a time where you have to put a lot of time, money, resources, a lot of human resources in terms of people. Maybe crunch might occur. Crunch will probably occur anyway, not just for cross-gen games, but yeah, a lot of time, money and effort will have to be put into making sure the game runs properly and to a high enough standard on old gen hardware as well as the new gen hardware, which will probably cost a lot, probably take a lot of time and money. But also, I assume, again, I've not made any games before, I've no idea what it's actually like to work for a games company. I would love to make my own game maybe in the future, but yeah, that's well off. Yeah, so I assume that it's not as easy as having a game for PS4 and porting it over to PS5 or making a game for multiple consoles. I can imagine, especially coming from a coding background, building websites at college. I don't do that anymore, but from that sort of personal experience I've gained with coding can be very difficult to pick up, take months to learn and to perfect, and one line of code in a website, for example, can ruin the whole code for the whole website. So it's hours of problem solving, very time consuming, there's a lot of trial and error involved. So I suspect that there's a lot of issues with creating a game for the PS5 and 4. It won't be as straightforward as some people might imagine. But yeah, that's my thoughts on cross-gen games. On the one hand, it makes business sense and it gives people the chance who haven't upgraded yet to play the games they want to play either by themselves or with friends. But on the other side, at what cost to us and the game companies with the games being held back on the newer gen consoles, because somewhere along the line something's got to give. And in the case of Cyberpunk, that game, we all know that game, they've had a lot of issues at launch. Obviously they've tried to improve it with different patches and potentially DLC in the future, which is whatever that is. But I might do a more in-depth video about Cyberpunk in the future, as I'm currently playing that myself. I've got a lot to say on Cyberpunk. What they should have done is delayed the PS4 version again, which would have had a knock-on effect to multiplayer, free DLCs and future updates. So it's promising to hear they've apologised, the management, but personally the management should have, somebody at the management should have resigned and somebody else take over and and try to put it right. I hope for their sake that the game does a No Man's Sky and has a total turnaround from being really terrible at launch to being a fantastic game, because I do think the game's got a lot of potential. But anyway guys, they are just my thoughts about cross-gen games. As always, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down below in the comment section, so please let me know your thoughts below. But anyway guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I've been PSU Gaming Scotland, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks very much indeed guys, bye bye.